Welcome to another episode of Tell Me More About Your Sneakers. Today we're going to talk about a couple of different things. It's going to be a little bit different format from what we're normally used to. We're going to be checking out something new that's on the way in regards to some sneakers. They're not really sneakers. They're more kind of like flip-flops, or they look like seashells. Not 100% sure. We're going to check out something that came out just a few days ago, or some leaks that came out a few days ago. We're looking at these Yeezy slides, these 450 slides, to kind of get an idea of, what's going on with them. And then also talking about, since these are Yeezys, and we're going to talk about a little about Kanye West, bipolar disorder, what it is, what it isn't, so that we can kind of get an understanding of, what's kind of going on with Kanye, and see what we can do to help him out, and why we shouldn't just be poking fun at him, why we shouldn't just be laughing at him and just, retweeting him and saying that, like, look at this guy. All right. So let's pull up the sneakers a little bit. Let's pull them up. And, I was going through Instagram, I was looking through what I got, and we went to Hypebeast, and we see the Adidas Yeezy 450 slide Ophani. They're saying that these are going to be coming out in, I think, let's say December 27th. They're going to go for $65. So first thing, when you look at these things, you're like, what in the actual heck is this? It looks like somebody warmed up a marshmallow, like they were making s'mores or something like that, and then they stepped in it, and it kind of made like a shoe, maybe. Looks like it's really dripping. Like, what is going on over here? What is this? Or maybe it's like a fossil. Like some kiddos were playing in kindergarten and came out with like, we're like, let's make some skeleton dinosaur bones out of like, paper mache or something like that. And that's what we have over here, right? And this is what it is. So, this is something that's going to come out maybe in December, end of December. And then, here's a tweet about these. This is from the Pirates kind of leaks kind of website in regards to sneaks or kicks that are coming out. December 27th, set to retail at $65. Are these better than his original slides? Which brings us back to saying, what are his original slides and what do they look like? So let's check out, StockX, the Yeezy slides. These are the original slides that came out. Again, we'll take a little twirl. Ooh, look at what we have over here. I've not the biggest fan of these. I mean, they look like Lego shoes. Maybe if like IKEA decided to get into the slipper flip-flop game, that's what we have over here. These bad boys were retailing for, what was the retail price on these ones? I think these were like $65 or $75, but take a look at what they're going for right now. It's the last sale on StockX, which has been a pretty good stock market indicator of how much these shoes are worth. Last sale was $159. The lowest bid right now is $170. If I were to look in my size, I wear, size 13. I'm looking to pay about $200 for these things. Am I paying $200 for these? And you look at what the sales, you can look at these, the year-to-date sales, right? They're coming, they're going for down for 96, and then they're going up 230. These were $362. Somebody paid $380 for these things, man. $352. Not on board with that one. All right, so part of the whole thing, right, is this is from the mind of Kanye West. So Kanye West, I'll admit it, I'm not the biggest fan of him recently. I think his original stuff that he came out with was pure genius, right? What was it? College Dropout, Graduation, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, masterpieces of hip hop, masterpieces of just music in general. I think that was it. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, phenomenal kind of, just art piece and just great music overall, and really just showed off what he was capable of doing. Then there was the whole thing about Kanye becoming bipolar, or having this diagnosis of bipolar disorder, and it really showing up when he started to really get, go quote unquote off the rails, what people are saying. And then him kept being checked into psychiatric hospitals, admitting to the public that he has bipolar disorder, and then people just really running with it. And then you could see these tweets that come out, this support and these conspiracy theories that are out there that really show that people are just like, what is going on with this guy? Like, he's really just out of touch with reality. And it kind of brought bipolar disorder into the limelight a little bit more, and then the celebrity of it, and then kind of, the cult of Kanye in a way has kind of just been like, this is Kanye, and you have to support him, and this is his wisdom. And it's like, for someone who's like myself, psychiatrist, who's coming from a position of, seeing this on a day-to-day basis, like, very clearly he was showing signs of mania. And this is not necessarily signs of genius and cult of genius and etc. that comes along with it. And all these tweet storms that were coming out there, these odd conspiracy theories, these go right hand in hand with delusions of grandeur, all these things that are kind of troublesome and very problematic. It's something that we really have to recognize and say that, bipolar disorder, when it's really left untreated, is extremely dangerous. We have a very, very high suicide rate. These people do things, they get themselves killed accidentally. Part of what we talk about with bipolar disorder is it's not, when my mood changes minute to minute. That's not bipolar disorder. Or he's really angry one day and now he's really happy. That's not bipolar disorder. Or he can't get out of bed and the next day he's up and he's fine. That's not bipolar disorder. All these things that people on a day-to-day colloquial level say are bipolar disorder, that's not really it. With bipolar disorder, we're talking about people are at the lowest of the low of the mood, very, very, very depressed, like suicidal, right? They can't get out of bed. They don't have energy to do anything. And then it flips, right? It goes up to that extreme, what we call mania, right? And mania is not just, I'm really happy, I'm feeling really good. It's happiness to the point of problematic, because it's happiness to the point that we feel where we're more important than we are. We're on top of the moon, and it's unbelievable feeling. And we feel like we have almost superpowers at times, or that we are invincible. Any idea that we come up with is just pure genius and it's going to work. Which, if you're really, really depressed, or if you're, it can sound very, very appealing. And that's part of the dangers with bipolar disorder, because when medication or treatment's there, it helps to reduce those manic episodes, that manic episodes, so that we're at a more level, even keel level, right? Because what happens is, when we have those manic episodes, people will oftentimes, I hear it almost every time with someone with true blue bipolar disorder, they're found naked in the streets, right? Or they're trying to they reach out to the president, or they believe that they're talking to God, or they have a mission from God exactly. And this is where people get in trouble, right? Because somebody's going to take offense to it. They're going to start a fight with somebody that they shouldn't start a fight with. They're going to get into extremely risky behaviors, right? Having sex with people they shouldn't be having, multiple sex, unprotected sex. People have babies, people get STDs, all this stuff. People spend all this money. They empty out their savings account gambling because they believe that this horse is going to win. So we put everything. God has told me that all my money is supposed to go on this horse. And they blow all the money and it's gone, right? And this kid's, college saving accounts. I've seen this. This is all firsthand stuff I'm talking about. And that's the danger, right, with it. And that's why help is needed for these people. And that's why, again, the Twitter is such a dangerous situation sometimes, where people who are having a manic episode can really just put it all out there. And again, this whole cult of Kanye, it falls into this trouble and this of, hey, we have to get this guy help, and really kind of get him a little bit more well managed and doing safe, so he's not a danger to himself, his family members. He's got some kids now, right? His wife and his family and everything like that. We want to make sure that he's safe and he's able to be there and be able to share his gift with the world. Whether it is designing shoes, whether it is his music, whether it's just being a parent, right? We want him to be able to do that, and for him to be well as a whole. All right, that's about it. I think, for this topic, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled kind of programming about like pulling what's off my feet, putting it on the table, and then kind of like talking about what's that. Hope you enjoyed this topic. Let me know if you want anything else that you want to talk about, any other kind of shoes that we should be on the lookout for, any other kind of topics as a whole, mental health stuff that we want to talk about, and we'll get to that. All right, I'll see you.